control, so you kind of want to go into something ranged, but then the Omni Knight and Trio Protector strat sucks for something ranged. You know, range doesn't want to be up in the middle of a team fight anyway, so it's rough for sure. I'm gonna say Weaver. It's not great, but I'm gonna say Weaver.
You may now select your heroes.
You get the bonus coming, like it is the exact style draft that we were assuming. And not that KP is going to be providing it to the laning stage, but when these first few team fights begin to happen, that Heavenly Grace providing the extra strength. So not only is it going to be the status resist that's going to be impactful, but also a little bit of a damage bonus as well, which is always nice. I'd say it's pretty even. SMG's first series didn't fill me with supreme confidence. I just feel like the Sven was kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel for heroes that would fit their sort of playstyle. Provided he's not going to be dying too many times in lane, which, I mean, it's a little bit of a possibility. You've got a couple of, like a slow, a stun, decent amount of damage super early on, and to their credit, for Omega, Shanks has been really on point in basically every single one of their games so far, so you can see some multi-man cookies coming through. It just seems like Omega are almost always winning their laning phases. It's just what they do after that that can sometimes let them down.
Prepare for battle.
I mean, he plays it in pubs for sure, but like in competitive, there's a lot less experience that JG's been able to get. As long as you're not screwing up any kind of Avatos combos, I think you're going to be just fine. Especially, excuse me, paired together with that Warlock, right? So much high burst potential right now. Bit of an odd build here by CML. Going the headdress with no mana regen to start things off. See, he's got the Mango and the Sentry Ward queued up, but I feel like you're going to be taking a decent amount of harass in lane and wanting to have that Shadow Word available to yourself. Even mid one likes the Bracer meta. He's already got two components. He's going to finish off just the solitary one. He's actually... Wait, say, you're going to just leave the rune, JG? Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Just that a little bit of extra regen for yourself, damage boost. It's high value for the amount that you're spending. Having a salve coming out, kind of expecting the fact that these brawls are going to continue. One thing I like about Rogi and the way that he plays is that he's never gonna die wondering with his spells. You know, he's always like, he's got the mana for it, he's gonna start using something. Because you never want to be just sitting on 100% mana all the time. You got to get maximum use out of your spells from the very beginning. Let that mana regen start to kick in. Career snipe pivot will cost him. Not yet. Still too long cooldown on that little shredder. Even gets it cancelled.
Don't let it vex ya.
Their entire draft centers around that, right? So, of course, he's just trying to create as much space as he can without giving up his life. That's the main goal for Rogi. He's doing a pretty good job of just zoning them out somewhat. In what he knows how to make that distinction between harassing the enemy hero and making sure that he doesn't miss too many creeps himself. Sometimes he goes a little bit too far onto the harassment front and that could cost him his life, but I think he'll be a lot safer in this bottom lane relative to some of his previous ones with the Treant backing him up. Here we go. They're trying to go in onto Shanks.
First blood!
Know your weakness.
Fully completed Bassi ring as well, so that's going to be nice for a Sven that regularly wants to be throwing out that Stormhammer, not taking too much return damage from the LC. The counter attack, of course.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I mean, a Warlock's always just going to be able to secure the Void's farm, right? And you don't have a ton of burst damage potential here on KP. Has he got the... No, he doesn't have the Soul Ring coming out to himself just yet. Wait for maybe a Clarity or something? Money for that.
Never
Yeah, there we go. Eventually going to come alongside the boots. So honestly, I think KP, he's happy to just get a base level farm. He doesn't necessarily want to win the lane, he just needs to not lose, so that when they do decide to flick the switch and mid one's ready to go, that, you know, he's got the backup that he needs. He's got the levels in the Purification, the Heavenly Grace, and even just a Medallion super early on.
Denied.
I think it's okay, just because you're wanting to brawl a bit more regularly into the Faceless Void. And then you pop the Purification, he's just going to time walk it off. So you may as well give yourself that little bit of extra regen. They have no way to dispel it, and you're even just going to whack them even harder.
I have the omniscience.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Some stacks finally starting to be built up here from CML. Not this hill troll stack, not the best to clear out the creep waves, get the equilibrium going back in your favor, and it's showing a little bit. Tino falling a tiny bit behind on the net worth front, but nothing too dire just yet. You just have to be a little concerned that, you know, you've got a Warlock pairing with you, so it's one of these lineups that should probably have a very strong laning stage, at least in terms of how much farm you're able to get. Might cost you the life on the Warlock, but hasn't been like that so far. You both haven't got kill potential, you also haven't got the farm.
Surrender to the omniscience. The armor of omniscience.
And And good team play as well between Afu and KP, making sure that KP is constantly harassing out, drawing away CML's attention. Tino can't leave the lane because of all the last hits that he missed. We're able to get off this pull. It's still going to be the last hits, most of them going over to Tino, so it's not the worst.
Your numbers.
Couple of kills.
Nothing.
They actually make the rotation with the mid laner, and the mid laner dies. How'd that happen?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Come into the omniscience. Lion's heart. A rolling stone.
Doing well. No stacks just yet for the Sven. I'm sure JG would be able to spot that out on his retreat back to the mid lane, as well as Shanks.
Killing spree. Ownage.
Rock on.
JG putting in a great performance so far. With the reckoning tag on his name. Oh, nearly getting the stun through with the cookie. Or Shanks, but Nia on point with a lot of these dodges coming through. Does he have any charges left though? He's a little low on mana. Does have the full bottle though.
You have been denied. Captured in the flame.
Ugh, gets the regen.
Comforting rune of regeneration.
Get the bounty as well. Was considering taking this stack. Well, they found Roger a little bit here. Might result in a rotation coming through from Shanks, and actually more of that movement speed on Nia's side. They're trying to get something done onto the Tiny.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Your place is here.
Wonder if he's gonna.
What have we here?
Not too many stacks though. Like all the stacks right now are on the dire side of the map. Nearly tried to go for a cheeky play. There was Nia trying to steal away the enemy bounty rune, but he's actually going to have a backstab as a result of remnanting up towards this side. Could they get the kill onto Sam H? That looks like exactly what they want.
Strike, 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 strike.
It does, and oh, it's a nice little bonus of being a Tiny with the Ironwood tree. You can just plant it and have a tree to grab no matter where you are on the map. Not that there's a shortage of trees. He wants the premium. Mm-hmm.
Dire's middle tower.
I think it should just be a special tree. Like it's a GG tree. It should literally be like one that says GG on it, you know, or a taunt if you get a kill with it.
Come in to the omniscience. Here all bonds will break.
Got vision of him taking this ward though. Mid one's coming through with the last second. They're not going to be able to catch him out. I think mid one's just trying to bully him away and yeah, take the stack from him. That is my stack, he says. It's going to take him a little bit further to get that Maelstrom, which means that, well, I was about to say all these stacks are going to take him a little bit longer, but there's none left. No more stacks remaining on the map. Not even in their tri-camp area. All used on the bot side.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He has just been dodging everything.
Dominating.
Trust you.
Mega kill. Double kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
He'll be fine.
Radiant's
Got
bottom
the
tower
Invis rune on the
is
way
under
out, denying it away from the enemy team. Shanks is going to be in position to make sure that this rune goes to Omega. As well, trying to make something happen. They have protection down this bottom side. Even need to wait until going into it. He's trying to make a play onto Sam H, but I don't know if you can catch him mid-one. Even popping that Mask of Madness isn't going to be enough.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Healing and harm.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
No chance.
Money changes hands.
Bounty.
Again, just impressing is Sam H with his early game prowess. A lot of it has to be attributed to LC just being a very strong hero in the laning stage. You can see here he's even going into that blade mail build, just looking to turn a lot of the strength. He might even be looking to duel mid one, to be honest.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's an important one though. Ooh, nice duel. Overgrowth.
Unstoppable.
It's a lot of bonds.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Of course, there's a regen rune on the bottom side of the map. They're actually TPing in here on KP, right in the middle of all of them.
Well, here's a carbon footprint.
Bigger.
No sorceries avail.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Monster kill. Double kill.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
He's in position again to try and go in. 3-man, or even a nice fatal bonds as well. CML is in a little bit of trouble if he gets gone in on, but he's able to scurry himself away quickly enough. I'm really liking this aggression from Omega. It's making SMG look to play a bit more of the reactive game. They're not quite ready just to make a lot of these movements just yet. Maybe now that they've got at least the Echo Saber in onto the Sven, but in particular, these fatal bonds, these Avatos combos, they've been on point.
All wands will break. Rolling stone. Fear not.
Radiant's bottom tower
It's tanky though on this tiny.
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
Trying to win 3.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, and Tino
Radiant's
even
middle tower
wanting to
is
continue with the brawling. You can see here after the Maelstrom going straight into that Manta style, realizing that, look, they've got the overgrowth, they've got the Searing Chains. I need to make sure that the press the attack can be used for one of the two. Can't solve both issues, and SMG are a good enough team that they're not going to fully commit both abilities at the exact same time. You just see there, Tino, just when he opted to use, and particularly who he opted to use the Chronosphere on. It doesn't matter that you're catching out two of your own heroes inside the Chrono. As long as he caught KP plus mid one, he was totally fine with that.
Look out for fallen rocks.
Oh yeah.
Come into the audience. All wands will break. Rock on.
We haven't even seen some of these massive wombo combos, which could start to come out just with two heroes. I mean, JG goes in with the Echo Saber. He's got the Fairy's Trinket, maxed out Avalanche, maxed out Toss. Combine that together with a Fatal Bonds eventually that's now also level 4. You have to be really
Radiant's
careful
bottom
about how
tower
you're
is
taking
under
these fights
attack.
on SMG. You need to take out this
Radiant
Warlock
are
at the
scattered.
start of every single team fight if you can.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Money changes hands.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He opted to go the SNY instead of the Manta style. I suppose just wanting the protection against the Sven and the Lion as well. They got Chrono available as well, just trying to bait it out with Tino sitting down here. Doesn't matter though.
Alright, steady BB.
I mean, this is a perfect time to turn around and toss that in onto Nia. He does not have any mana and no ways to get out of any kind of attempt. He will in 2 seconds with being able to get enough for at least the Sleight of Fist, but it should be a dead Ember Spirit on top of all of the start of the engagement. And considering how poorly that began for Omega, they're going to be really happy with how this has turned out. You cannot be caught in a position like that as the Warlock. You just need to be standing behind the rest of your team. Even worse, he ended up dropping the Golem. So still 2.5 minutes. That one's going to be in on cooldown. Does open up a small window for SMG, but this Chrono turnaround should look to nullify that. Actually goes in onto mid one.
Killing spree. Double kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Killing spree.
A death foretold.
Can't blame him. I just didn't think he would have the damage to be able to get all of that done, but I suppose, 20-minute treads, Maelstrom, SNY, pretty decent farm on Tino. High damage potential. It's standard. I mean, he's going into the cloak and the smoke of deceit next with the full glimmer. I don't know. I feel like if you go Holy Locket, you have to commit to the Aghanim Shard. You know, you would be much more useful to have the full glimmer cape as opposed to a Holy Locket that's pretty expensive.
Invisibility.
Okay. That and the time dilation as well can be very annoying as an Ember Spirit to play against.
Dire are scanning.
Healing shock.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Probably the Yules, to be perfectly honest, would have been a better way to go about it, just because it's a way
Radiant's bottom tower
pre-BKB for the Faceless Void to also slow down a lot of his damage. Also can be used to save from these duels coming through. You can use it against the Snapfire with the Mortimer's Kisses. I feel like it is a lot more versatile, just like you're saying. It's the Blade Mail off at least on Sam H. They're just trying to kite this. 10 seconds on the chaotic offering.
Catch up. No sorceries avail.
Try harder. Sound strategy.
The omniscient.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Absolutely not. 1-4 and 3 from mid one to start off this game, and
Radiant's
it's
bottom
an 8k lead
has
for
fallen.
Omega. They're just continuing to go forward. Again, they barely used anything that fight.
No sorceries avail.
Time's pendulum stops.
Mega kill!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Let's go for the back line. Here's indeed.
Unstoppable! Own it!
Fountain Dome?
All walls will break.
Sound strategy.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Well,
Little dead again?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He goes alive!
Double kill!
no sorceries avail. The omniscience.
Dieback to KP as well. Another buyback forced onto Roger. It's not going to even result in anything. It's just trying to pattern over the cracks, basically. Oh no.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Look out for falling.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I did say in the lobby as well that Ken might have been their first priority as well. But I think he was just caught up with some business, and JG was going to be there, ready, always wanting to show his wares, and he's come in clutch for sure.
Killing spree! Own it!
He just sends the old courier over to the secret shop with that little bit of extra gold got from taking over the line. He's going to finish his Aghanim Scepter as well, because why not?
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
Yeah. Okay. Coming on out to him. Level 18, Blink, Echo Saber, Treads, Ags. That's been delivered just yet.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know about the tree volley yet.
Is under attack.
He's cleaving.
Dominating.
Blind spot in the omniscience.
Looks like it's 12:01.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Sound
fallen.
strategy.
They've completely even ignored the top side. Still needed to take the tier 1. They could maybe look to put a little bit of pressure in onto mid. I thought he was going to try and toss SMG underneath the tier 4 towers. That would have been a little bit keen considering you've got the Finger of Death available with Arfu holding onto the Fairy's Trinket. But this seems like Roche to me.
Regeneration.
Look out for falling.
They were just too fast. They were literally like a minute or two too fast for SMG's timings, and they all did it together. It seems like every single time that they've, not had a great engagement on Omega's side, it's just when CML gets caught out before the fight's even begun. Every single other time, he's been getting 3-4-man fatal bonds, nice rock to follow up some chrono combos, and of course, you can't discount the impact that JG's having on this Tiny.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Just slaps the tower down, why not? Look at this creep wave. Man.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Look, how about if every single Sven God Strength attack with his level 18 that he's going to try and pick up really quickly is a crit?
Radiant's top
No,
tower
he's not level
is under
18 yet.
attack.
Scratch that. He's even going for the smoke, the wraparound to the back. This is what you need. You need to catch the Warlock. You can see it with these creeps that have been able to come around. Going all the long way. Hopefully the base isn't dead by the time you get there.
Mega kill.
Very important.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Rhino.
Be ensnared in Ancient history is.
Holy shit! Double kill.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Yeah, I think Omega, they were, I don't want to say relaxed with that last team fight, but it's the first time that they were actually able to catch out the Warlock in the position that he should have been. A couple of other fights, he was off a little bit too far forward, gets picked off, and their team fight structure crumbles, but that time around, it was just too late. They were already 20k net worth down, and with 2 racks taken, hitting onto the tier 3s, and even with all of that great initiation happening for SMG, they were still able to get the duel off. Chronosphere was available. That's all she wrote. Omega taking another win against a pretty good opponent in SMG. Even the DD, the tail end of it on Neon.
Killing spree.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Another charge.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Still going in. He's gonna maybe even clip through SMH here on his way through. See?
Dire's middle
They stopped the
tower has
charge.
fallen.
He does, but I don't know how good it's going to be into KP with that maxed out anchor smash.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Bumps him onto the low ground. A little bit of a safety net there for SMH. Though he's losing trees to be able to juke into.
My pride.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I feel like they're about to, because they've just got the Blade Mail finished on the Spectre and Haunt available as well. So if they're able to group up, get a hook shot in onto multiple heroes, maybe they can make something happen with this Exorcism, Haunt. No Finger of Death yet, which is the thing that they might be a little bit more concerned about. But all this while, SamH might go down if they got that lucky bash. Wasn't to be the case,
Are
though.
fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Here we go. There's the Haunt.
Iron in the
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has been denied.
There's just Afu.
Wallawe, wallawe, wallawe.
Radiant are scanning.
Thank you, my beauties. Dominating.
You, my friend, got owned.
I think it's very different picking Brood with the very first pick of the draft. I honestly think it's still doable with the, if you have first pick with your second pick, because then you can immediately go into banning a lot of these heroes that, you know, do this counter push style. And you can just see he doesn't want to play anywhere near this Tide Hunter, and that was the first hero picked up after that Broodmother opening.
Haste.
Counter.
Mega kill.
Dire's bottom tower
He's
is
alive.
under attack.
With the Ravage as well. They know better than to go to where they just saw KP farming.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, I like this. I mean, mid one's playing essentially the style that he's used to, going in super deep, making a lot of the plays happen. The Spectre as well. All this time that they're spending doing this is time that Warfling's farming is already level 12, making his way towards that Manta style, which is going to be really effective. We talked about how there is some kill potential against Nia if they get off a value silence, but that Manta, I'm going to really be worried all too much about that. Found SMG as well. Yeah, just wanted the vision, but
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It burns, doesn't it?
Illusion.
Do it with flair.
sometimes you stretch so far that you can break, and I think it could be worthwhile for him to just carry around a bunch of sentries. You know, he's clearly getting charged multiple times when he's in the jungle. After how many times it's happened, it feels like at least 10. You know, you might want to start placing down some of that vision for yourself, making sure that that's not just going to continuously keep happening, or at the very least, you're forced to someone back there to place the ward again. Run the risk of getting dewarded, pump more farm into the Broodmother himself, but it means that the likes of the DP, Perfector, they're not the ones that are going to be targeted. It's just these little things that can open up an extra 30 seconds that can be a big difference maker. Maybe you just got food delivered, you know? Bit of a late night snack. It's about 10 o'clock here in Australia. And that's the morning, basically.
Coming in.
Yeah. It's more of a brunch for me, you know, I'm much more well adjusted than that. You're the one with all the bracelets, alright? Don't you start talking about bougie. I don't know. They looked pretty nice. Alright, how? Gucci, if you're listening, Ares is very happy to be sponsored.
Radiant are scanning.
What do you mean? The exact same color design every single time? They're going for another charge in onto SMG. That's the downside. You're revealed for a split second. This chain lockdown.
Dire's middle tower.
Killing spree. Double kill. Own it. Killing spree. Double kill.
That was Exo used as well.
Triple kill.
You didn't see that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's gonna pick it. Oh,
Dire's
I like it. I appreciate it, Shags. He's doing his best.
Own
They're
it.
gonna try and save him. Oh,
Dire's middle tower has
I
fallen.
feel like you're just trying to convince yourself.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Mhm. 18 minutes as well, so Nia could, if you wanted to, go and bottle up. creeps to farm though, and yeah, after that Manta style, just to ensure his survivability, going straight into the Ags makes total sense. You need to be the ones making the aggressive moves now. Like, it's hard because you don't really want to, at least until you've got that Manta style on Tino. So I feel like that's potentially what they're waiting for. Gone with another charge in onto Sam H, trying to catch him out, but at least this time they don't have the rest of the team to back him up. Getting some lucky items, you know, the Keen Optic, of course, on the Lina. Getting some solid two-man stuns. Even, hell, if they can just lock the one person down, it's pretty good value, but for mine, it's just, you're committing so heavily, and it's with your position 5, it's with your Spirit Breaker. You don't really care all that much about committing that heavily. Even just here, like, they could very easily go for a turnaround. What are you scared about? They're revealing in the mid lane, you've got a few people nearby, and there's no towers to TP to.
Mega kill! Own it!
No dust. Clipped him. Rocket flare.
Incoming!
Dire's turret has been killed.
Fails me.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
The mana just to be able to shove out a wave. I don't know about that. And Ken dies on his own. That was a really good opportunity for them to take Roche. No Riki available. Would have been a little bit of time until the Spirit Breaker was able to join in. And like you mentioned, they had the Exorcism. They had the Finger of Death as well. And they've just given up a free Roche. They don't know that it's going on at least, but you cannot join now. And you don't want to be using the buyback on the DP either. Just going with a charge onto Shanks. Oh, they found him. They're all there, though.
Radiant's middle tower.
Run away.
Killing spree!
Held your feet in the fire.
Making sure to go full strength just to get the maximum push distance there. Really nice value in. Well, it's another Roche being picked up. Yeah, getting damn close to his Aghanim Scepter as well. This is looking more and more convincing, like an SMG win. Ken just going down again without any sort of impact. It would have been a very different story if you had Tino when they went for the gank on the Riki. If he was the one that actually got the last hit, it was the clockwork. So while he's been able to start building towards his own 4-star to avoid some of these ganks coming out from the Riki, from the Lina in particular, this is the Spectre's game. It's Spectre or nothing, it feels.
Dominating! Own it!
I'd have done that one for free.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Mega kill! Own it!
You were my target all along.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Roger's just doing so much this game, like providing so much vision as a position 5. Like he's just charging again every single time, off cooldown, just charge, 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 charge.
Dire's courier has
It's just
been
putting the
killed.
fear of God into the enemy team.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Doesn't even have a neutral item. Might be worth holding that old arcane ring. He's eventually got it coming out to him just to make sure he's always got the mana to be able to recharge. We'll even take those clarities out of the old quick buy. Is he going to deny his own ward?
Own it!
Getting rusty.
Nah, CML got it.
Your metal jacket sank you faster than one of Kunka's ships.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
Just charging again. He's got a TP. Oh no. He's here.
Unstoppable! Own it!
My fever breaks.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Yeah. At least Tina was able to get a kill streak stolen over there. They're going in onto Shanks. Very unfortunate. I mean, this Ricky's pretty damn calm considering he didn't go into any form of scaling. Nah, not yet.
Monster kill! Double kill!
My work is cutting edge. Incoming!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Just going in deep, diving tier 4s. They don't care. Using the Ravage onto 3. Good use of the Glyph, though, to be able to pump out a good amount of damage from those tier 4 towers, but it's not enough.
Holy shit! Ultra kill!
西别险啊，西别险啊！
I haven't seen them take a fight in the last, what seems like 10 minutes with the Exorcism. That's what I feel like they're waiting for. They're waiting for the BKB on the DP. Nothing's happening, though, you know?
More damage.
Nearly more than the DP.
Dire's
There are some
bottom
big
tower
items coming
is
up
under
for a minute,
attack.
like I mentioned. BKB on the... Oh no, not again. You can't die in this can. And not again, yeah.
Monster kill!
No item
Triple
progression.
kill.
Forcing the 5x. This is it. All or nothing.
Holy shit! Own it! Yeah! Ultra kill!
It's way too late.
Radiant's top tower is under
Rampage! Holy shit! Rampage!
Triple rampage? The game's gonna end.
Radiant
Oh, mid one. Well, turns out. Okay. I was about to say, you give the carry potential back over to Nia to win you the game, but have a look at mid one's kill participation. Bye.